When something is sacred, you protect it. Imagine I came to you and said, "Hey, do you want to meet Chris Hemsworth for coffee at 3 p.m.?" You would of course say yes because he's dreamy and he has an accent, and you're more than a little curious why Chris even knows who you are. You would put it in your calendar as a non-negotiable because there are so many awesome and exciting things you'll experience with that appointment in your calendar. Then, if all of a sudden someone said, "Hey, can you pick up the kids at 10 past 3? I know I said I was going to do it, but I can't now." You wouldn't just agree. You wouldn't just blithely blow off your date because it's Chris freaking Hemsworth. And that scheduled appointment, that promise to yourself, is something you wouldn't give up lightly. Whatever vision you have for your future, it has to be at least as valuable to you as that coffee date with Thor, or whoever your version of Thor is. You have to recognize that your commitment to it will yield just as many awesome and exciting things as a date with a hunky Australian superhero. These 5 hours are what's in between you and something great, and if you can't commit the time in your schedule to becoming the person that you want to be, what are we even doing here? Why are we even trying? Is your schedule populated by things that will make your life better, or is it dictated by everybody else's wants and needs? 3. Make sure your minimum hours are your best hours. I write best and fastest in the morning. I'm more energized than I am later in the day, and I don't have decision fatigue that makes me overthink everything. I can write at night, but it feels like a slog, and it typically takes me twice as long to get the exact same word count. I know this about myself, so I schedule my minimum hours for the mornings. It's not enough to simply make time for the hours. You have to also schedule them for when you've got the mental capacity to do them well. 4. Plan your schedule weekly. You have to. Every Saturday or Sunday, Dave and I sit down together and go through our calendars. We talk about work meetings, our kids' drop-off and pick-up schedules, our workouts and the time we're planning to go out with friends, and our weekly date night. We also reaffirm our priorities so we both know what's on each other's plates and where we might need some extra support. Life happens, you guys, and your schedule will shift and change. Those sacred hours, they might have to show up at a different time or on a different day from week to week in order for them to make it into your schedule at all. If you wait until midweek to try and find a place for them, the chances are less likely you'll actually get to the thing you know you need to be doing. You can't just plan your calendar at the beginning of the month and expect it to stick. You're not an android. Schedule at the start of the month and again at the start of each week to make sure you adhere to the plan. You can make the time to pursue your goal, and you have to do it now. Why now? Because if not now, then when? I didn't used to wear makeup. Well, I guess I did wear makeup, but not often and not well. My older sister Christina was and is a makeup aficionado. Her hair was big and blonde, and her eyeshadow was flawless. I should have followed suit, but she's 9 years older than me, so I missed the boat on the whole tutorial thing. I suppose that explains why a quick swipe of mascara was the best I could come up with in my teenage years. And unfortunately, acquiring hair or makeup skills is not something magically granted to you on your 18th birthday, like the ability to buy lottery tickets. All of this to say that just because I was a legal adult didn't mean I was any closer to appearing pulled together. But necessity is the mother of invention, and as the years progressed, I managed to work a day face into my routine. A bit of shadow, some liner, a little concealer, and a clear lip gloss became part of the uniform that I put on when I had to go into my office every day. But at night or on a weekend? No way. Makeup or curling my hair was for something special, like a date or a party. The rest of the time you could find me in yoga pants with my hair in a bun. Then, one day, I was planning to meet some friends for dinner, and on my way past the bathroom mirror, I had a moment of pause. I didn't look great, but I didn't want to fuss with getting ready. I thought, is having dinner with my girlfriends enough of a reason to take the time to do my makeup? And almost immediately I answered my own question. If not now, then when? I asked my ill-kempt reflection. I was living my entire life waiting for a moment to be special enough for me to look, feel, and act my best. And the truth is, you don't need a special moment or any reason at all to do that. If not now, then when? This saying became my mantra and the answer to a dozen different questions. Should we eat off the nice wedding china or paper plates? Should I dress up for a date with my husband or just wear jeans again? Should I take the time to write a note to a friend, call Mima and Papa? Bake some cookies for the neighbors? The answer to all of these questions is the same. If not now, then when? You could spend forever planning out your someday when right now, today, this second, this is all you've got. Someday isn't guaranteed, so stop waiting for someday. Someday is a myth. Don't wait to have the time. Start planning to make the time. Excuse 4. I'm not enough to succeed. I've talked a lot in my writings and my speaking about my lifelong battle with not feeling good enough. It is one of the topics I get the most notes about, so I'm not alone with those insecurities. For many of us, the list of not enough comes in every size and shape. We battle with feelings of lack in almost every major area of our lives. But it's a whole different ballgame when we are setting out to achieve something we're unsure we can actually do. The lack of enough in other areas of our lives is hard as it is. I'm not pretty enough to find a spouse. I'm not thin enough to be beautiful. I'm not old enough to pursue that. I'm not young enough to pursue this. We're already grappling with feeling like we're not enough simply in our existence. And now we've got to throw a goal out in front of us? Are the insecurities we feel about regular life supposed to be absent in this area? Of course not. In fact, when we set out to pursue something, we're often dealing with our fear of what we lack multiplied by a factor of 9 million.